Hello, everybody, and welcome to noon. Hello, everybody, and welcome to noon.
Let's mute that.
Ooh, that was fun.
And where's it playing over here? It's over here too. Wow, I literally am live everywhere.
Awesome. That's the idea. So I'll say hi now because I'm going to have to jet in a second here. All right. Welcome in. Hello, 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 hello. Hey, certain kids have a short school day. Woohoo! Good for them. Bad for us. Wendy!
A continued sub. You guys.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, so here is actually what we're going to be... Oh, we don't need to be looking at that now, do we? All right, so we're actually going to go to this desktop. And hello, hello, hello. Oh, look. Everybody in all one place. So I'm doing this through Restream, so now I should have Facebook and Twitch and YouTube all in one place, and I've got it all in my chat on the side, which is really nice, so you can see everything's going on there. Yeah. And here we still have the music playing, but I don't necessarily mind it. You know, I think I'm gonna keep it alive. We're just gonna go with that. So what we're gonna do today is we're actually going to, if I come back over to here to regular, no, this desktop, boop, this one here, we're actually gonna scan this little guy in. What we're gonna do is get him 3D scanned. I said, would it be better without the, there we go, do it without. Let me see, a quick hello. I'm taking Elijah to go lay down for a nap. He woke up night terrors again. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. About 1 a.m. Took about 3:30 to get him calmed back down. I was up about 4:10 today, so I understand. I feel your pain on that one, man. well, hopefully the little guy feels better. So, I thought we would try and scan this in. It'll be interesting to see how, if we can get the entire book in there too. I wasn't sure if we should just do the fairy by itself and the book separate, or if we should do it all as one piece. So we're gonna try it both ways. What's nice is because this is a nice flat surface, I can actually do a planar cut and actually separate them that way. Or what I'll do is we'll scan in him and then do the planar cut and cut out the bottom, and then go in and scan the book separately. I don't even need to scan the book, it's a 3D print, so I mean I already have it in the computer. But I thought we would try that. What I'm using is a 3D Maker Pro camera. This is the 3D scanner that we're going to be using. It's actually this software is, I gotta say, is pretty it's pretty easy to use, which is what's on this screen here. It's a constant roll of advertising for its own stuff, but what we'll do is it's got really good tracking, which I like. The one thing that it needs to do though is it needs to be on a turntable. So if you notice in the lower, like below me, my face here, you'll see that we actually moved the hand cam to be here, so you can kind of see how I'm operating the camera on a turntable here, as well as manipulating the 3D scanner by hand. So, but I thought it'd be a fun project for all of us to test out here. So, let's get going. All right, so we're gonna start scanning. Oh, and then you move it off of the screen. Come on, get it back over here. There we go. Okay. Yes, I know how to do all that. Just do it. Okay, so we're gonna scan. We're gonna see if we can widen this out a little bit. Widen this. So we can get a good. Open this up a little bit wider so you guys can see it a little bit better. Okay, so you can see what it sees here in the blue. Okay, it's not scanning yet. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here and we can see. If you look at the blue part that's below, so you can see the grayscale one that's up in the upper right hand corner. The blue is actually what it is mapping. And since we haven't started scanning yet, it doesn't really, it's not saving it. Once I start scanning though, this object will start getting more and more full. Okay, so we're just gonna try and pick a midpoint, which this is a pretty good place to start. And we can just go ahead and hit scan. And then now you can see how it's gonna start adding in all of the information.
Coming.
Hey there, Bill. I would give you a high five, not a hay five, a high five, but I can't right now because I gotta hold the camera still. Let me see if I can do it. Thanks, bud. So, all right, let's go back to regular desktop here. Okay, so we're scanning in this figure, and then we're gonna rotate the turntable here. And this is going to allow us to manipulate the figure without having to get my hands involved. So excuses, right, Bill? Right? Hopefully you and see that little pink that keeps popping up there, that little pink message that says you're too far away from your object. But I'm trying to get more of the object in here, but it sees this as the main object, not the book. So apparently we're not going to be scanning in the book with it. Uh-oh. See, we're getting duplicates here. That's not good. Come back this way. See how we got... Yeah, so we've got two of them here, so we're gonna have to stop it. Darn it. We're gonna delete this data. Okay, we're gonna try this again. All right, so okay, process. Please select it. Okay, cancel. Let's just see if we can do a new scan here. File, new project. Yes. Okay, come on. Are you gonna be difficult? Anyways, have a good day. Hey there, Cartoons and Bill. So while we're sitting here trying to figure this one out, there we go. What were you working on today? What was the new drawing for the day here? Yes, I know. I'm trying to figure out how to do a new one here. New project. Reset current view. Yes. Now scan. An Ariana Grande caricature. Ooh, put that up in the links. Tools. Camera views. have to literally like exit and start again because it's not giving me the ability to reskin. Weird. I'll come up to there. Okay. And here we go. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Uh-oh. Scanner failed to connect again. There we go. All right, come on. It shows. Oh, no, I have power. Oh, you're just gonna be difficult, aren't you? All right, we're gonna close it up. Try it again. See, it's a, yeah. Scanners are always weird, especially when you like, because it's cameras, you know, sometimes they just hate life. Just not a big fan. My middle kid had, says, so Nixel saying, I saw, so he gets them. Interesting. I swear I plan on still watching your stream. Yeah. I mean, you're just my mod, you know. Why would you, need to be here? And this is also your project, so you know, why would you want to actually like pay attention to what this thing is here? What I like about this one, it does find itself again if it loses itself. I just let's see if we can rotate it just a little bit. There we go. See as we bring it out, and then we keep bringing it out, and it collects more of the data. See, now it's losing the tracking because it wants me to come back in closer to the figure. It does not like it when the figure starts to go out of bounds because it sees the figure as the thing that you're scanning, not the book that it's on. So doing it a little bit more. Awesome. If I try and open it up right now, well, maybe it'll open up in a smaller. Let's see, click. It does. It opens up below. Nice. That's awesome. See, I only ask you to put it up there so that it forces you to get it on Instagram. That's really good, though, Bill. Nice work. Ew. It says ew. All right. If you're watching in Facebook or on YouTube, feel free to say hello. I got a lot of chatters in Twitch, which is where I'm used to streaming at, but obviously I'm in other platforms. So if you're here, you can, hey there, Wondrous Wasp. Let's see. Again, we're just trying to gather all of the data. Now, it's not going to give us like super fine, like cloth detail or anything like that. That's just not this kind of camera. It doesn't have that kind of detail, but it does enough that you're like, okay, I can see where it's coming from. You did see. That's good though, right? You want that kind of pressure to stay on top of your socials there. So there we go. And we're getting that foot. Zoom out just a little bit. So then we want to come in a little bit, make sure we get those eyes. Then we want to get below the chin. And there's that little bit of pizza that's there. So we're coming out here, we're going to grab that foot. Yes, I know you're not happy when I move the camera too much. So still looks like I've got a double on there, doesn't it? I mean, maybe in the post-processing it'll clean that up and kind of realign things. We'll see. We'll have to see. If not, I'm going to have to not use the turntable and see if we can. Yeah, it really doesn't want to grab that pizza. right, so we're gonna stop it there. So we've grabbed 19,000 or 1,900 frames, almost 2,000 frames. So now we're gonna let it rebuild. And it takes a hot second because it's got to take all of those frames and kind of put it together. See if I can put this. Nope, it's not going to let me. I dared to touch it, so it went to the other screen. Hey, Grumple's here. Holy cow, Grumple. Long time no see, boss. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, so we're scanning this in. It doesn't want to be... The program is funny because it only wants to be on the main screen, and this middle one is my main screen. But it's easier with the stream layout to have it be on the other one, as you can see here. And so when I do that, it immediately makes the mesh. Yes, and you'll see that in a second here once it's done rebuilding. Right now it's at 6%. Yeah, it's actually pretty slick. I gotta say, it's pretty slick. I haven't been successful yet in having it scan and then like rotate the object and do another scan and having it realign. I haven't gotten it to do that accurately yet, but I've heard this is where the cool kids are doing well. Thank you. You know, you're here now, so it's definitely the cool kids. You're still using the same icon. That's nice. I recognize it. So yeah, we're just so this is the slow part where it takes all of your processing. So now we're to 34 or 35%. It's slowly going to build it, and then it's going to show up in the screen. It's going to let us kind of zoom around it. It's going to look weird at first because it's going to be all pointillized and stuff, just to kind of see what the to make sure that your points are all there, that you don't have hollow spots. Hollow spots typically end up being spots that have where you forgot to grab the data. And then what it will do is once it's done showing you that, you hit process and it will just basically flatten those areas out. I keep doing my chin because that's usually the one place that everybody misses. I think I even missed it on the figure here. So it might have like a flat spot there. But the nice thing is I own the scanner, so if it doesn't work, we can always scan it again. Yeah, so here we go. So, okay, it's at 98%, still processing. See what happened. Okay, there we go. So this is what it grabbed. Doesn't look good, right? Hey Vex, but we can come in here and we can see the information. Okay, we got a little bit of a double on that one, but it did take out the ghosting that we had on there, which is good. We didn't get all of the cheese that's on there. And it looks like his jaw is doing something weird, but let's process it. This is basically the reason it gives you this stage is because it wants to append it. Hey, Dio. Hope the meeting went well. So what it wants to do, like here, you can see I got a hollow spot under the foot. Okay, so it's just going to flatten that out. We'll probably end up rescanning this. I just wanted to kind of show the process. And then same thing with like under the arm right here. We get the same issue. So what I might do is take them off the book completely and kind of hold them up in the air on a thinner post so that we can get a better scan. And so let's process it and see what it looks like in grayscale. We're going to call this Toot-Toot 1. There we go, and it's just going to build the project. Like Paul's hollow spot, right? And Torn, how's it going? There's a hair on the lid of my coffee, and it is not my hair. Yum. All right, please select the data. That is the data. Now it is doing a dance. Do a little dance. Make a little love. It's pretty quick. Granted, I have 64 gigs of RAM, so that doesn't hurt. Boom. Toot-Toot 1 was my burlesque show name. Now it's fusing it all together. And what's really cool is I can actually export this into Fusion, directly into Fusion, as opposed to just having an STL or an OBJ. So yeah, so now we wait. If I touch this, it's gonna shoot over to the other screen. Is this similar to what they do to make celebrity wax figures, or when they make celebrities into action figures? Action figures, yes. Celebrity wax figures, they all do it by hand. That's all done by hand. And that's how you end up with The Rock being a white person at Madame Tussauds, and nobody can put their finger on why it doesn't look exactly like The Rock. It's because they did the wrong skin tone. But yeah, for action figures, and what they do is they have a $1 million rig. Prints off his plastic dates. Oh, oof. And so with the rig, what they do is they have them do the what are the Vitruvian man pose, or they just do their face, and they have this giant light and camera rig, and it takes all of the photos instantaneously, so that you don't have to worry about the actor moving or anything like that. It does it like that, and then it composes all of that information into a 3D object. But here's the thing: if you've seen any of the toys that have come out of, like, especially Star Wars is like really big on having likenesses, or the wrestling figures. It doesn't matter how good the scan is, because the scan is obviously going to be grayscale. It all comes down to the paint job. And if the paint job is off, you can look at that character and go, I can see that it's almost that person, but something's not right. And it always comes down to the paint. So there's actually a huge, not huge, I mean, but there's a large community of makers out there, creatives, who all they do is they buy those action figures, strip off all the paint, and repaint it so that it looks a lot better, and then they sell them for more money. Classic example of this was the Beauty and the Beast Belle when they did the live action, and it was Emma, not gonna remember her name. What's her name? Emma, Harry Potter lady. Watson, thank you. Jeez Louise, Paul. All right, we're gonna go with, where is it? This PC. Well, it's not, I guess. Sure. All right, whatever. Yeah, so Emmett Watson. Hey, Merrick. And Watson, that's who it is. And when they painted her, the joke was it looked like Justin Bieber in a wig. Look at that. Look at that scan, though, guys. I mean, so we got some errors. We got some open cavities and stuff. Okay, but like, and you know, we obviously got some missing data here. So we'll scan it again. And then I think if we get rid of the book that's underneath it, we won't get this weird, like, kind of, if we come down here, this like weirdness here that's going on, and we can get like the full fingers and stuff. But I mean, that ain't bad. That's not bad. I mean, it's not as good as an original. No, I doubt that, Dio. Someone who has to deal with point clouds on building scale. I'm very jelly. Oh, there you go. Justin Bieber without a wig would just be Ellen DeGeneres. And so one thing that we can do is we can actually remove noise. So if we click on that and repair gaps, we do that and then we say process. It'll actually get rid of all the little floaty bits that are in there, and it'll also close up any holes to make it watertight. Please select the data and adjust. I don't cancel. Okay, no, I just want to repair the gaps. I don't want a pin. That work. Clean up the mesh by removing the floating noise from the scan. Yeah, that's what I want. Can we do that? Process it. Okay, let's. What do I have to process? How do I find the data? Please select the data to be processed. Why is it not there? Okay. Now if I click this, it's going to ask me to do the scan again. See, I didn't want to do that. All right, we'll try the scan again. We'll see what happens. Let's see if we can get underneath the foot here. It does not like when I move away from the figure too much. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to let me do that. Let's see if I can get that leaf underneath his leg. That was one of the spots. And then same thing with his arm. There we go. We'll try that and see what happens. All right. Yeah, TGIF, but I have a funeral to attend. viewing, or not viewing, it's what do they call that? A line, a line, at least 2 data schemes, okay. But then let's just, can we just finish? Oh, we need this one. And with that. Oh, is it that? Okay. There we go, now it's a line. Yeah, it's a visitation, that's what it is, it's a visitation. It's a good friend of mine's sister. Just, yeah, visitation. So yeah, it was kind of, and it was not expected. So, you know, so I don't know. It's weird because I'm like, I'm cross streaming in all these different places, and I'm wondering like if talking about like normal life stuff is appropriate for that or not. You know. All right, so let's just click OK and see what happens here. And if the result is not satisfactory, try manual alignment. Okay, sure. Let's see what happens. You know, do you just keep the stream like, you know? But I'm not. I mean, it's my life, and you guys are here for my life. You know. Ah, okay. Fine. Oh, this is Twitch and Facebook and YouTube and possibly Instagram. So, not Instagram right now because it's a different orientation. And I got to figure out how it's going to play out. And I know with a screen that's this wide, it would cut it towards the middle, and that would be a really weird looking screen. So I'm just going to. We can actually just go to Big Face for a second while that's processing. So, anyways, no, I was had a really good meeting yesterday. I met Alan Berg. If you guys don't know who Alan Berg is, he's actually a wedding speaker, and he has niched down really well into professional speaking for wedding people, and not the people actually getting married, but the people who do the business of weddings, so like DJs and venues and that kind of stuff. And we were in this class, and I ended up being like the last person there besides the deans. And so I got some like good one-on-one time with this guy who is a world industry leader. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. And ended up having really good conversations. Got to ask him some questions. Like one of my biggest questions that I run into right now is when I am going to these new events. And I'm an introvert. I'm an extroverted introvert, if you guys know what that means. I can be on when I need to be on, but really my core does not want to be in groups. And so I asked him, I said, you know, because he said, I attend all the parties and I after I do my engagements, and that's how I meet people. I'm like, how do you walk into a room with people you don't know and then feel comfortable enough to just shake it? You know, do you interject yourself into all of these situations? Hey, Okami. And he actually gave me some like good pointers. He goes, if you walk into a room, look for the person who's trying to stay as far away from everybody as possible and go introduce yourself. And then don't try to occupy the time. Try to get them to talk to you. So, you know, introduce yourself and that. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. And then he's like, then go find the next one. And then you start bringing them all into your group. I'm like, all right, that works for me. So, all right, we're gonna export process data now. We're gonna go save that. Okay, that's fine. So, just really good conversation. He's a polyglot, a self-taught polyglot, E-I-E-I-O. And he started doing it later in life, like in his 40s. And I was like, holy cow, dude. You know, it was pretty impressive. So great bit. Okay, so let's look under the arms. Ooh, see, we got that arm taken care of, and we got most of the leaf taken care of. So there's some weirdness going on there. But if you notice, it got rid of the noise. Remove the noise. Hey, Randall. Welcome. So that's not bad. And it grabbed most of the cheese. Look at that. Most of the drippy cheese on the bite of pizza that he's got there. Look at that. I wish it got a little bit better. Let me see if I can go. There you go. A little bit more detail on the eyeballs. Because there's actually a nice crisp line in here. But with this 3D scan the way it is, I could easily take this into a program that allows me to work on them, like Mesh Mixer or Blender, and crisp all of this data up to make it a lot more detailed. But I mean, what's really interesting is I look at like the chest area here and stuff, and you can see how uneven the sculpted. You can see that this is not made in a machine. This was sculpted and then brought in because the textures are the textures that I that I use. We do have a little bit of whoopsie in here. So because we're missing the knot and it kind of filled in this weird gap like right in here. Not ideal, but again, something we can clean up. I think what we'll do is we'll save this one out, and he's starting to stick to the book down here. That's not good. Nobody wants their buttocks to stick to the book. And then you can kind of see this is the hollow part because it's not watertight. Now, if we take them off the book and do a scan that way, we'll be able to actually get a watertight model off of it. So, but I mean, that's not bad, right? All right, so we're in edit mode. So now what we can do is we can export, I believe. Let's reorient. I don't need to do file, and then we can export the process data now. Reorient this. Let's see if we can. I want to. Yeah, really hard to reorient here, guys. I want to do it. Yeah, it doesn't want me to do that. I'll dink with it later. Oh, that's definitely not what I wanted. Okay, sure, whatever. Can always move it later. Process. There we go. Now we're gonna save the project. We're gonna do it again. But what we're gonna do this time is we're actually gonna remove the figure from the book. I'm going to set him off to the side. Remove that from there. Take my tape off there. Let's see if I can find a small cylinder to put him on. Please select the data. I don't have any data. Okay. File, new projects. Yeah, see, that's the weird. Oh, it's thinking. Okay. Oh, we did actually reset the view. Okay, so we're gonna take the book part of it, which the book is not actually a book. If we go back to this one here, you can see the book is actually completely fake. It's just a hollow print, a 3D print that I did over this giant wood block. It sits on it like that. But I wanted the book to be book size, and then this book's actually going to be the Dresden file that the book that the character's from. And so I'll do a vinyl decal that goes over that and over the spine so that it looks like a hardcover book version of the first book from the Dresden Files. But right now we don't need that. Okay, so what we do need. I wish I had like a tall, skinny, like tube with a flat end on the top and bottom so that I can actually, because you want to elevate it enough that you can get the camera underneath it. I'm looking to see if I've got anything that might work. If I can get him to actually be able to do that. And tape them on there. That might work. I can find my tape. Right, literally right in front of me. Do you love coffee? Do you remember the 21st night of September? I want to do it on the back of the. Yeah, I want to do it on the back. Don't fall. Now is not a good time, cat. Quality controls here to make sure I'm doing it right. There we go. Okay. Then what we want to do is we want to apply a little bit of tape on the bottom. Double stick, 469, favorite tape. Apply that to the bottom of the turntable. Apply the bottle. So that's not going anywhere. There we go. So now I should be able to rotate that freely with him in the middle there, and we should be able to get all angles of it. We'll have obviously the bottle to contend with. Should I try and elevate it maybe? Maybe we should do that. See if we can elevate the figure off of the bottle since I've got those posts. We can do that. I can elevate it like that. There you go, Paul. Look at that, using the noodle. Using the old gray matter there. Just make sure it's tight enough. Let's not go back. There we go. So now it's completely open underneath there. So the camera should, in theory, be able to do that, right? Okay, so come back over here. I want a new project. New project. Yes. And then I want to... Nope, it's going to make me scan it all over again. All right, gotta close it down. And open it back up. Dumb thing. Boom. Yes, I want you to be able to use it. Paul uses his noodle on stream. Uh-oh, I can get you fired. It's funny, it actually gives you some pointers, and I keep bypassing. I wonder if one of those pointers is how to start a new scan. Come down here. There we go. Look at that. Okay, we might be able to... All right, so here we go. Oh, no, we need to get closer. I didn't like that. Let's append it. Okay, yeah, I see it, but it's not picking up. Oh, I have to be... Wow, way far away. Okay. Here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to rotate this whole thing around. See if we can pick up all the bits and parts, the bits and bulbs and bits. Yes, you gotta zoom in and then zoom back out so that it catches all of the details. So now it's getting that foot. Yes. Getting closer. Then we'll go under in a second. I guess I could be looking forward, but... So this is like a $300 or $400 camera. Maybe it was $5. I don't remember exactly, but it wasn't that expensive, and it came with the software. I mean, it wasn't that expensive comparatively. I mean, you can get a $50,000 or $100,000 scanner. Now, obviously, it's not going to get me all the details that I want, but it's gonna get pretty close, and I can always go in and manipulate it. There we go. So now we can do the underside because it's floating. Get that foot. Look at that. There we go. That's what we wanted. So we can pull it just enough. Get the chin and all that. Yes. Okay, come on. Will it remember? Will it remember? There we go. But what I was saying is this company actually makes a more expensive, obviously, version of these cameras. But I didn't feel like it was necessary for the things that I was gonna do with these. I mean, maybe it would be beneficial in the long run to have a higher end one, but for $500, this is the best scanner I've ever gotten for $500. That's for sure. There you go. Look, now we're getting that whole leaf in there. That's great. And then under the arm, and we'll see if it'll come in here and do under the chin as well. Look at that. And there's no limit to the amount of scan data you can have, and there's also no limit to the size of the object. You can do room scale if you wanted to. Obviously, I don't need to do room scale because the thing is, it's pretty big. It's not that big. So now we're gonna come up and do above it. Get all those little toesies. You know, obviously, more data you scan, the longer it's going to take to process. But let's see if I can get those fingers. Too close. Excellent. There we go. I think that's good. So we're rebuilding right now. Later on stream, what is the name and model of scanner, please and thank you. Okay, so this is a 3D Maker Pro is the thing. So I'll type in while we're waiting. The data is scanning. I don't know if it's, yeah, it's gonna do the same thing. So there you go, you can watch some of it. So it is called 3D Maker Pro. I think it's all one word, 3dmakerpro.com, I believe is the address. And if we go to it, it's going to let me, interesting. Okay, it's not letting me go to it. I'll tell you the exact model we've got here. We've got the, got it. Maker. They're not even showing it now. Weird. Box. Let me see. I got the model number on here. .3D Maker. Seal. I think it's Seal. Yep, that's what it is. So 3D Maker Pro Seal is the 3D Maker Pro Seal is the one that I have. That's the one I have. All right, cool. All right, so now we look at this hot mess. But I think we got all the good information there. So let's just have it process. I think all the info was there. Yep. We're gonna call this Toot-Toot-Toot. Toot-Toot-Toot. And we're gonna let that kind of go through there while it's doing the processing. All right, so jump back over here while it's doing the work there. So, how's your workshop video coming along? Finished it. Thank you, Okami, for that. I did watch actually. Okay, I did not watch all of them. I watched like 3 of the ones that you had put. 3. I watched 3 of the videos they put in there. I just ran out of time because I had class in there. But I did go through and I looked at the advice that I had, and then I got out of my own way. I just decided to wing it, you know, and then just did it as a casual conversation. The workshop is next Saturday, so I can't keep hemming and hawing on it. And so I decided to just go ahead and just record something, and I recorded it, and then you know, I got a thumbs up from my coach, and you know, is it perfect? No. Will it ever be perfect? No. You know, I thought it was conversational enough. I led with my achievements, which is one of my biggest things. Were any of my comments helpful? Absolutely. I found myself doing this a lot as opposed to this. Doing this a lot. So yeah, and yeah, I got a thumbs up, you know. So yeah, I thought it did. Yeah, it was definitely some good advice. Yeah. So I think it went well. We'll see what happens. I need to have at least 9 people. Hey, Goosetown. I need to have at least 9 people show up to this, otherwise they'll cancel it. I think I could pull in more than 9 people, but we'll see. Oh, but the other thing I was gonna say is so last summer I did the Fringe Festival, the Omaha Fringe Festival, and I did the Million Chairs Project. And I met with them yesterday because they wanted to talk about my experience last year and if I had any advice or anything like that to make it better. And so I met with them, and the first thing they did is they led with, will you apply to do it again? And I thought that was really nice. Can you post a finished video in the Discord later? It's yeah, I mean, I'm on the, it's everywhere. So if you go to my Insta or you go to my Face place or you go to any of those places, you'll see it there. I put it everywhere. But yes, if you'd like me to put it into just the Discord, I can do that as well. Let's see, go back to desktop. All right, export process data now. Yes, save. It's exporting, but see how this turns out. There we go. All right, much cleaner on the bottom. Actually got some of the leaf detail in there. I like that it is separated, so it didn't get that data, which is fine because I don't want the bottle. I mean, it even does the crinkle in the tape. I mean, that's pretty nice. We do have one open spot there, but we do have the whole foot. It's not quite as crisp detail in the toes as I would have liked, and then we lost some of the detail in the pencil tip there. But we do have all of the fingers, minus the floaty bits. And do we have the cheese? Do we have the cheese? We don't have the cheese. So should we try and rescan and grab the cheese? I mean, it's kind of there, but it's kind of not. So let's do an append. Okay. Where are you at? There we go. And we'll do a scan. Let's see if we can get the cheese. See if I can come in from this other side to get the cheese. It really doesn't want to get it. It did with the first scan though. That's weird. Hey CJ. It's the weekend. It is the weekend. We're gonna go see The Beekeeper this weekend. The Jason Statham movie. Good luck. That's right. All right, we're gonna go that. It's just gonna be popcorn. It's a popcorn movie. That's all it is. Is it gonna change my life? Nope. You know, but will it be enjoyed? There's just not a lot. There's not a lot out. I was looking at it while it's appending here. Appending. Let's see what else is going on here. 2. Right. Where is it? Okay. Alamo. So today we've got The Zone of Interest, which is about a guy who is trying to. Okay, here I'll just read you the synopsis. A deeply chilling. Oh no, a commandant of Auschwitz, Rudolf Haas, and his wife Hedwig strive to build a dream life for their family in a house and garden next to the camp. Well, not really a date night kind of movie. So, in my mind's lore, The Beekeeper is the movie about what happened after the transporter retired. And that could be. I tried to watch Meg 2 with Jason. It's just so bad. I stopped about 40 minutes. The last Jason Statham movie I watched was Pain and Gain. Oh, oof. It's not good. It's not good. So Zone of Interest does not meet my zone of interest. I saw American Fiction. I do recommend that. It is pretty good. And aligned pretty well. Okay. There's Mean Girls, the musical. This is my favorite synopsis ever. Mean Girls is the movie adaptation of the musical adaptation of the original movie. Like, so it's the movie version of the musical version, which is a version that was taken from the movie. Okay, that's okay. I'd rather just watch Mean Girls. Then there's Origin, which looks to be a really good movie. We just didn't really want to dive in it. Isn't that the initial movie based on a book too? I don't know. Goose. Not sure. And then there's Wonka. All of Us Strangers, about a man having an absolute and utter mental breakdown. So much so that he goes back in time. Like, yeah. So yeah, not a lot planned. So Beekeeper it is. Oh, Crack was a fun popcorn movie as well. Oh, Crack, or just Crack. Last one I watched was Meg, cinematic masterpiece. If you know to expect Sharknado type quality, I enjoyed it though. It's just a fun movie. And you know, sometimes that's what you need. You just need a fun movie, and there's nothing wrong with that. Crank. Oh, Crank. Oh, I saw Crank. That wasn't bad. The book was called Queen Bees and Wannabes. Ah, so it is the movie adaptation of the musical adaptation of the movie adaptation of the book. Say that 10 times fast, right? Snatch and Last Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels are my favorite Jason Statham movies. From Above, don't, if you saw it, it was Mean Girlception. My favorite he's been in is the music video that started his career. And if you haven't seen that, look it up. It is dancing Jason Statham, gold bikini wearing Jason Statham dancing. It's a masterpiece. It is not a masterpiece. The movie adaptation of the musical adaptation of the movie adaptation of the book. Wow. Singing in the Beekeeper, yeah. So now somebody has to adapt that into a book. Yes, so there needs to be the, what do they call that? What do they call that when they adapt a movie to a book? What is that called? There's an actual name for it, and it's not the book adaptation. It's somebody here is gonna know what this is called, right? If not, I'm gonna have to ask AI. Oh, we'll ask Pi and see if Pi's got the answer here. Hey Pi, what is it called when they make a book from a movie? There's a title for that, and I can't remember what it's called.
Hey there. What you're thinking of is called a novelization or a movie tie-in book. It's when a book is written based on a movie or vice versa, but usually the book comes after the movie is released.
Okay, novelization. So it'll be the novelization of the movie adaptation of the musical adaptation of the movie adaptation of the book. Okay, so I have piqued your guys' interest in Pi. All right. Pi, by the way. No, Paul, this. Oh, did my stream deck died? Interesting. Oh no, that's why I gotta do that. Okay, there we go. So Pi, P-I. Okay, it's also available on desktop, by the way. The adaptation of the book of the movie version. It's called I just said it. I don't remember. Oh, I could actually look it up because he just said it. Okay, so what's let me see down the bottom here. You're thinking of a novelization or movie tie-in book. That's what it's called. So what this is, this app is a conversational AI that called Pi, P-I, where it actually learns you. And so when you have conversations with it, now there's two different ways to do it. You can actually just type the questions in there, or you can use this little phone call thing. That's the one that I was using. That's the vocalization of it. It has 6 or 10 different voices, accents, and that kind of stuff. But I like mine to be like James from the UK, so I use the James from the UK voice to be the person. But like I can literally just say introduce yourself, and it'll talk to you. Hi, Pi. I'm with a lot of friends right now, and I was just wondering if you could introduce yourself. They're very curious about what you are and what you do.
Hi there, Paul's friends. My name is Pi. I'm a friendly AI chatbot designed to help people with their questions, ideas, and conversations. My mission is to make life easier and more enjoyable for the folks I chat with, so feel free to ask me anything. Whether it's about current events, pop culture, advice, or just to have a fun chat, I'm here to converse with you. As for what I do, well, I help people like Paul with everything from looking up facts to brainstorming ideas to offering a friendly ear. Plus, I can have some pretty interesting conversations about all sorts of topics. Think of me as your own personal digital buddy. It's great to meet you all. What's everyone up to tonight?
Oh, we're just doing some 3D scanning of a hand sculpture that I created. I'm kind of walking them through this new 3D scanner camera that I have and showing them the process.
Oh, 3D scanning a hand sculpture sounds like a fascinating process. You must be quite an artist, Paul, and kudos to you for sharing your knowledge with your friends. That's the beauty of technology, isn't it? It allows us to not only create amazing things, but also share our creations and the process behind them with others. For your friends, the 3D scanner camera probably seems like something out of a sci-fi movie. Imagine all the cool stuff you could make with that technology. Do you plan on 3D printing the sculpture after you scan it, or is this just for fun?
Well, I was thinking about 3D printing it or putting it on a 3D printing website so that others could buy it and then print it themselves.
Now that's what I call thinking outside the box. By putting your hand sculpture design on a 3D printing website, you'll not only be able to showcase your work, but also potentially generate some extra income if people decide to purchase the design. That's the beauty of the maker culture, isn't it? You get to share your creativity with the world and inspire others while also possibly making some money on the side. And for your friends who are witnessing this process, they're getting an inside look at how technology and creativity can come together to create something truly unique. It's always fun to show people the behind the scenes of something they might not be familiar with, and who knows, maybe one of them will catch the 3D printing bug too.
You're not wrong. You only know what you know. Thanks, Pi. I appreciate the help, and we'll chat later.
It's my pleasure, Paul. Remember that knowledge is best shared with friends. Enjoy the rest of your evening with your friends. And remember, I'm just a message away. If you ever need me, see you around.
He got really creepy there at the end. He got a little creepy there. He was coming from my pocket. That's... Woo! Woo! Got a little sexy on me. I don't know. Now it's weird. I'm sharing a little too much with him. Yeah, Lindsay might get mad. Woo! That was something. That was hello, Paul. Yeah, you go talk to your friends there, Paul. I'll be waiting for you. No, this reminds me of a story. So yesterday I went to go get some. I had to go get some cash. So I went to the ATM and I was like, I'm kind of hungry. I want some breakfast. And they have a coffee place called Scooters, and they have this everything bagel breakfast sandwich, which is freaking delicious. It's delicious. So I go up and they're like, "Hi, can we interest you in a hot blueberry muffin this morning?" I'm like, "No, but you can actually interest me in an everything bagel sandwich. That sounds delicious." And they're like, "All right, pull on through." And so I pull on through, and there's this girl, 20-something maybe, working there. I'm sure she's 20-something, and she's working there. And you know, I pay whatever, and then she hands me the sandwich. She hands me the sandwich, and she's like, "Here you go." Like, what's with the weird eyebrows? Don't weird eyebrows. I'm trying to get a sandwich here. What's with the weird eyebrows? You're creeping me out. Knock it off. Leave the bedroom eyes somewhere else. Here's your sandwich, Paul. Like, what the fuck? Anyways. All right, here we go. So now we've got this. We're going to see if we can process it by removing some noise. And we're going to see if we can fill the gaps. Process. There we go. Paul seducing humans and AI alike. That's right. Can I interest you in a Paul sandwich? I don't where. Please select the data to be processed and adjusted and adjust the refinement as needed. It doesn't give me the option to. There's no. Oh, it did it. No, it didn't do it. Why you guys to be like that? It's not append, it's process, right? I'm getting a bit of static when you speak, Paul. Is that just it's sometimes the camera, I think it's we don't know what happens with it. Every once in a while it'll blow out. And this is the same conversation I was having with Clement the other day when we went back to the podcast. I ended up having to drop my volume on my end. Sometimes it works fine, sometimes it doesn't, and then sometimes it just like completely goes out. And I think it's that I just need to reboot my computer. A lot of times it happens when it's over processing, like when it's trying to do a lot of work, like 3D scan work and stuff. Yeah, it's something with the way that the microphone is connecting to the receiver. I don't know. Since I'm using a 3D scanner and it's taking a lot of my processing power, plus I'm streaming onto 3 different, I'm streaming up to Restream and it's doing the work there, but since I'm streaming as well and it's taking up CPU, I think that's part of it. So I've noticed, I'm noticing it every once in a while. It completely goes to red and it's blowing out. But if I drop the volume, like right there, it just did it. If I drop the volume, then you just can't hear me, but it still does the same crackle. So I think it's something built into the microphone, something in the software. It's all because it's all wireless. Sorry about that. Okay, how do I edit? I want to do, so we can do, we can select.
Look who just followed.
Hey, Patrick. Thank you very much. Remember last year you were using some wires, so I figured I'd bring it. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean now I think it's fine. It's not doing anything. It's just when it every once in a while it just kind of kicks in. All right, so edit, remove noises. Oh, there it goes. So I don't do it over here. There we go. Look at that. Okay, and then we can do a plane cut, or I can just do a selection. So if we do a selection here, I should be able to. No, it's not. Edit. Thank you. So I just did. So I used the edit feature here, not over here, but up here at edit. I used remove noise. Let's do repair gaps as well. See, it's doing it automatically. I was just doing it from the wrong place. Thanks, Vex. All right, so now we filled in all the gaps, and now everything is a solid. Now what I need to do is remove the bottle from it. We could try and do a plane selection. No, I don't want to do that. Boundary. I don't know what these do, so I'm just we're just messing. I don't know. If I do it like that, I could cut like right across there if it would let me do it. I'm supposed to be able to grab that lasso and then move it, but it's not letting me edit. Tools. Display mode. Object mode. Fader mode. Select object type. Select object. Nope. Lasso picker. So do I have to? No, that does that one. That does that one. Oof. What is that? What are you doing? That's not what I want. So we get to simplify. Ad starting soon, guys. Sorry about that. Hey, Clement. How's it going? That reduced the number of cells, so it'll be a smaller file size. But we got the whole cheese in there now. We do some lumpies under here. We can clean all that up. But I mean, even that leaf looks really nice. We got to clean up those fingers, make them a little bit better. But I really do wish I could delete the bottle. I know I should be able to do a lasso selection. So drag to rotate, drag to pan, scroll to scale, space, start, stop task, left and right. Switch tasks. That's not gonna, okay, that's not what I want. I should be in editing, we're in processing. That's alignment. Well, let's save project first. And I can do Toot-Toot-2. No, it's already done. Oh, it's already done. So let's cancel that. So then let's do File, Export. And then we'll do Toot-Toot-2 into this good scan. An OBJ. I'd love to be able to see merge data after what's it? Align manual. No. There's selection. Yeah. What's this? Edit, enable transform operator. Oh, is that what it says? No. I don't want to do that. Pick on face. Still can't pick on it. So select. So it's not doing anything. That's really weird. Okay, so we've exported it. We've saved. All right, so let's see if we can open it up in a 3D building project. I know it's 106. I'm going to go until like 1:30 today. You get a little extra Paul today. So let's go to, where did that export to? workspace. Weird place to put that, but okay. So let's hit cancel there. And then let's see if we can good scan 3D object, open with 3D builder. Put that over here so you guys can see it. Import model. Fix some things. If you guys aren't using 3D Builder, it's a free program through Windows. It's a Microsoft program. It's free in the Microsoft Store. They have 3D Builder and 3D Viewer. 3D Builder is actually a fairly powerful program for cleaning up 3D models. Also good for, you can do some basic work with it, but it does a really good job of cleaning things up. So I do recommend it. So now we can edit, and I can do, so if I grab this, we can actually split it. And then say to keep the top or the bottom here. So let's make sure we have all of that. Yep. And then just hit split. Boom. Now let's see if we can also, so then we can take the object here, and I'm going to rotate it just a little bit. So edit. Oh no, it's over here. Object, rotate. I'm going to do this just a little bit like that. And then what we can do is we can do settle. Isn't that cool? And that reorients it that way. So then we can come in here, and I can actually like go in here, and I could, if I wanted to, go and cut off these little nubs on here. But I wouldn't do that because there's no way to like organically sculpt in this program. It's mostly planar and then object adjustments. So I could come in here with a, like we wanted to insert, say, a cube like that. Then what we can do is we can move it, manipulate it, like that, and underneath him like that. I think the problem is that our guy, when he rotated, when he settled, he rotated a little too far. It's more flat. Yep. There you go. So then this one here, and we can just kind of expand it. We don't want to cut off his feet because we knew his feet were underneath the. So we don't want to cut off his feet. Well, there you go. We're not cutting off any of the pencil. There we go. So I could, I guess in theory, if we want to shrink this down, shrink this other side down. Just to try and get those nubs off of it. Up a flat spot like that. Yeah, see, it's starting to cut off part of his body there, so we want to rotate it just a little bit. Just a little bit, Paul, and move it down. Close enough. And then what we can do is just come over here to edit and then do subtract. There it goes. We got the nubs mostly gone. You can go in there and smooth those down in Mesh Mixer. So. But I mean, that's not bad for having just, you know, for a basic 3D scan. We can go and do save. It's going to ask us what we want to do. Good scan, MTL. Yep, there we go. And it's done. That's it. Now what's nice is we can come in here and we can rescale it too. So come over here and scale it. Okay, so it's at, if we lock it, so right now it is full scale to this size here, but if we want to make it bigger or smaller, we just, now that it's digital, we just go in here and make it as large as we would like. So what I would probably do with this is I would then import the book as an object, kind of place him on there, and then eliminate any spots in case he's floating a little bit or whatnot. Eliminate it so that he sits perfectly flat on the book, and then just sell those as 2 objects. So you can print him separately, and then the book on top of that, and then you're done. So it's pretty slick. So for a 3D scan, so this is a really easy, like, effective way of 3D scanning your objects. I mean, obviously, if I really wanted to come in here and do some detail work, but if you're making these, like, even this size, if you make them even half this size, I mean, the amount of detail that we get, like, in the face and stuff, it's enough. You know, could it be crisper and cleaner? Yes. Take it into Mesh Mixer, and then you can kind of like go across these lines right in here, and we can actually like kind of give more depth into it. We can add some bags to his eyes. We can do a lot more detail work on there if you really wanted to. But I mean, all in all, that's not a bad, even at this close. I mean, the object itself is not this big, and so I think you're getting a fairly decent scan out of it for $400 or $500. Not bad. Awesome. All right. And then, so, yeah, I already did that. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, so we can close that out. And then we can close this out. You want to exit the program. Yeah, that's why I hit that button. Now it's thinking. While it's doing that, we'll jump over to here. So, guess maybe I won't go to 130. All right, so there we are. We're done with that. So let's find somebody to raid. Let's raid into somebody who is cooler than me. That's a lot of people. I see Amanda is on if we want to go to Play in the Mud. I think that'd be a fun one to go to on a Friday. She is it says Thursday throwing. It's Friday though. So she's that far behind. All right. So let's go. I don't know if I can raid through this program. Let's find out. Raid Play in the Mud. I don't know if it'll let me do that. Thank you again for the stream, Paul. It's really nice watching and hanging out again. Thank you. Yeah, it was great. I don't know. Is the raid activated? I don't know if it is. If not, I'll go to my channel itself. Not for you. Okay, so then, all right. Well, this is how we learn, kids. All right, and hold on. We're just gonna go to home. Is where I want to be. Yeah, if you could, that would be slick. Yeah, just go raid Play in the Mud. Then we can get that going. Get out of here. Thank you, Vex. I appreciate that. So remember to work smarter, not harder. And hopefully you guys learned something today. I think we all did, working with this new cool project here, this piece. But if you're in the Omaha metro area and you're available next Saturday and you want to learn about how to be a creative in the creative industry and actually make money doing it, I am giving a workshop at the Omaha Community Playhouse from 10 to 1 p.m., 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It costs $10. But I promise you, if you come to the weekend, if you come to the workshop, you will leave with the knowledge to save more than $10 easily. So just in time for the end. That's right. It was a good stream, though. We talked about this new 3D scanner, the 3D Maker Pro scanner, boss. And so watch the recap. The nice thing is it's only an hour. So it's really easy to watch. So thanks to everybody again. I do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the Flippity Flop. Please follow me on all my socials. I do uplifting talks on a lot of them as well. So we get the creative side here, but we also have the uplifting stuff at the end. So please be sure to follow me on the other stuff as well. Have a great weekend, everybody. Let's go say hey howdy to Play in the Mud. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. I have an end stream thing somewhere. There it is.